bodybuilding is connected to all kind of people, even actors. All actors in Hollywood know what bodybuilding is and who was or is in the top. One can't work without another thing. If you have discipline but no genetics, it's hard, right? So, but if you have genetics and can't work hard, you cannot reach a level. I would say genetic, hard work, and discipline. And discipline decides who you are and how far you can go. It's not just getting the pump, it's feeling the pump.
Being sensitive
Yes,
to oneself.
yes.
So you build the body as much as you build the character.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. So without it, you will be like another people in the gym, just doing something. That's like, I would say 80% in the gym, just going to the gym just to, be active. There's no involvement from whole body.
What's the differences that you have adapted to and not adapted to while being in Russia for all this time?
Well, a lot of things are different. Easy to adapt was to the service. The service here in restaurant, everywhere, or how easy it is to manage everything from buying food, ordering food, getting a taxi cab, or do money transfers just with your phone. So that system is nowhere else in the world. This is an amazing thing, so I love it. It's so easy,
Welcome everybody to another video of Braden Consulting. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Dennis. Hi, it's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, nice to meet you again. So Dennis is a one-of-a-kind man. You are our first sports champion guest, and it's a great honor. And you have won bodybuilding world champion title in 2005 in China.
Arnold Classic, it's a competition organized by Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. So I won it in 2014. And 2014, I won another Arnold Classic, but that was in Europe, Madrid, Spain at that time. So, but Mr. Olympia, I was competing in total 10 times. So 10 years in a row. So I was qualifying every year. And I finished third in 2013. But in total, I was in the top 6, 8 times. Only 2 times out of top 10. Yeah.
Wow, I mean, that's another... I have no words, to be honest. So.
I appreciate it.
That's just...
Of course, if I would have won the Olympia, that will be a little bit different, because that will be in the books, So what is written, it's never forgotten.
But you are already in the books in some way, because we were talking previously, and you're saying that you're like the big name in Russia, you're the big name in Germany, so you're already kind of in the books in that way. People really look up to you as a bodybuilding, I don't know, not only champion, but like a thought. You coach people, you train them, you kind of teach them how to have the proper mindset for sports. So you're like a leader, I would say, right?
Yeah, and I really appreciate all the support from all over the world. And since I moved to Russia, I realized that the support here is even bigger. So that's amazing feeling. I'm really thankful, and I really can see, when I talk to people, how much of an impact I made, motivating young people, young man who was following me over the years, in my career, and even the young guys right now still recognize me, even on the street or in a taxi. It's amazing, honestly. It feels great. I had a lot of support all the time, but now after I finished my career, that it's kind of even deeper. It goes deeper into my heart, my soul. They were all young back in the days, and then if they come up to me right now and telling me all the stories, how they will stay up late just to watch Mr. Olympia, that's unbelievable feeling, and I can't even put it in words.
There's a sense of community in some sorts, right? with the people who follow the sport and from those who compete. It's like a one single organism where there's reciprocal feelings of respect and support, right?
Absolutely, yes. The respect is amazing, and you know, when you see around, like you don't see a lot of people who know bodybuilding, right? So that's what I thought. But bodybuilding is connected to all kind of people, even actors. You know, all actors in Hollywood know what bodybuilding is and who was or is in the top. You know, so I met a couple of guys, and you know, they always tell me, "I remember you, you know, from back in the days competing." You know, like Dave Bautista, like when he was still WWE superstar, he was still competing, so still doing the shows. I was watching the interview like a month ago, so he was naming the athletes he was like looking forward to see at the Olympia. That's a community, of course, and you know, they all train in the gym, but there's like many levels. Yeah, some of them just like to watch bodybuilding.
Level one.
Yeah, so they train in the gym. Then there's another level who are competing, right? So many athletes compete, but that's another thing, you know, not all of them can turn pro, right? So go up to, you know, the highest level to compete at the Olympia or so. And there are some talented athletes who are just, you know, going as far as they can. And in bodybuilding is also very important, the genetics. If you have the genetics, you can go far, you know. So, but it's like whole the community is involved in the sport, you know. So this is amazing.
So talent, genetics, and discipline. What out of the three kind of gives you the biggest advantage in the sport?
I would say one can't work without another thing, you know. Like if you have discipline but no genetics, it's hard, right? So, but if you have genetics and can't work hard, you know, you cannot reach a level, you know. So I would say genetic, hard work, and discipline. And discipline decides who you are and how far you can go. So without discipline, I mean, there's nothing you can do. Discipline is number one thing.
Yeah, like in all sports. So
Yes.
Yeah. What's a typical day of a bodybuilding athlete, the one who is trying to compete or the one that's competing?
I would say it's basically almost the same, but a professional who is competing at the Olympia, so that's the highest level. Maybe he is just focused on training and like if he's in preparation. So the preparation for the show is about 3 or 4 months. So in that time, he's just focused on preparation. So nothing around him
Exists.
yeah, I would say that, right? So he can really just do that thing because he is paid for it, right? So that's his job, right? So professional athlete, that's a, you know, it's a was it profession?
Yeah,
right?
full-time job.
Yes,
Yeah.
full-time job. Amateur level athletes, they do the same. They work hard, they prepare for the show, but they have to manage the life around it, right? So some of them have to work, you know, and so far. Well, I won't say this is harder, but you know, every athlete who reached the level, you know, on the way to the pro level, he has to manage that, right? So, but it works. So if you really want something, it doesn't matter. You have to work or do another thing, or you have family, you know, you need to take care of it. You know, you make time for it. Doesn't matter.
At what point does the transition happen from those who have to work and maintain a day job into a professional athlete who gets paid for it?
That's turning pro. So back in the days, the professional athletes will make money or get paid for being professionals by supplement companies, right? So nutrition companies, and also magazine companies. I would say companies like magazines, magazines, right? So it's like publication contract. So we will have Flex magazine, Muscular Development magazine. So that's another income, right? So it's like you sign an exclusive contract, so only them can film you, photograph you, so and then you know they will publish it in the magazines, right? So, but all of this, like magazines, disappeared, you know, with the digital time, right? So like as soon as we got Instagram, so it started going down, right? So right now you won't find any magazines who will still be alive, you know. So that's kind of, you know, bad, right? But also for the young generation, it's easier to get to or to see what's going on in bodybuilding industry, right? So back in the days, you would wait like 1 or 2 months until you see the top athletes, you know, or after Olympia, you won't see any results, you know. You probably just hear it, right?
Months.
Right, yeah, until the first magazine comes out, so it's at least a month. Then you will see, okay, who looked like, you know, or who won, who looked the best, blah blah blah, right?
Wow.
So now this live stream,
It's hardly imaginable.
right? Yeah. So now it's live stream, you know. So that's why you wake up and see that, right? And watch it. So that's the difference from, you know, back in days from now. Today, the supplement companies don't pay that much anymore.
Who
right?
does?
It's more like an athlete right now in these days has to be more of an influencer, right? So who is a better talking athlete who can sell more online, so he get paid more, right? So, or he's more successful because you know, social media right now it's the market where a bodybuilder or an athlete can make money. It's a completely different time. You know, back in the days, you know, that wasn't impossible. So we will get paid a good amount of money from the supplement companies, and for that, you will go to nutrition stores, right? So like once a week or so, or go to the fitness expos, you know, and be there at the booth, represent the company and yourself, right? So different times.
So I just actually had a question about Expendables 2 and Furious 7, but you're saying that there's nowadays the tight connection between how you present yourself, between how you market yourself, and actual sports. The connection is so big that basically one doesn't really go without the other. If I'm right, then how do you take this challenge? So this is a new challenge for the new generation, for those who are trying to, you know, make the sport a real big part of their life. So what is the main difficulty of, you know, maintaining two things at the same time? And second, what main advice would you give to those who are trying to get in order to manage these two kind of aspects, both really important of being a bodybuilder in one way or another?
Well, today, you know, for young people, I think it's more easy to you know, get involved on social media because they used to film themselves during the workouts, you know. So back in the days, we will not spend time on that, you know, like putting an iPhone somewhere and just, you know, film that and then post it online. So I think that kind of brings you or gets you off a little bit, you know. You're not that focused in the gym. Maybe that's a you know, the thing you have to kind of include in that whole business, right? But for us, who is like who was in a time without social media, when a change came, that was a little bit difficult, right? So, but who happened to manage that? You know, he's up there, right? So he is kind of made a transition, and you know, is involving and they understood like what to do. For now, like young people are already in it, it's easier for them. So I don't see it a difficult thing, you know. But like I said, that could take your focus away, you know. But the discipline is still number one thing. What is important? You have to set your goals. You know, set your goals and just try to figure something out what can you give the fans, right? So talk about it, online. So you're all, anyways online, right? So you're on social media. So give them some advices, right? So if you understand what's going on, if you're already learned how your body works, and that's all about it, So the fans are always waiting for some advices because they are, following you, right? So they like what you do, That's already like
something.
yeah.
It's a lot.
So, and you need to give something back, right? So the fans want to see something and to hear something, So, and what is difficult and dangerous right now, a lot of influencers talking about, I would say, steroids, right? And this is not okay because they're not doctors, right? So, and then back in the days, there was like, impossible to hear an opinion or advices about that. So, and I think if a young man wants to start bodybuilding, he listen to influencers, right?
Yeah.
And if they talk about that, that's kind of getting in them into that faster, So I'm against that, So you always have to, consider working with a doctor or a nutritionist, to figure out what and how and what I should do, So there's like two problems with that, So they want to hear something only about that, but it's not the main thing, So you have to work your ass off. Anyways, I would suggest just focus on your goal, set your goal, focus on your goal, and work hard. And if you really want it, that will happen, So, but in time, because bodybuilding is a sport where you cannot reach your goals fast, because the body, the body development is not going over the night, So you need a couple of years, and the development is speeding up, right? So the better you know your body, the faster you make progress. So, and this is what you have to think about it, So I understand. I was young too. I wanted it fast, but it's impossible, right? So you need to take time and try to get as much information as you can, and just work.
How would you value your connection with your body when you just started bodybuilding and nowadays? So from what you're saying, I kind of get the picture that it's a very, your mind and body have to be very in a wholesome match, And it's really about, it's somehow, what I'm getting is that it's somehow spiritual as well. You really have to like get a presence, a sense of yourself. Is that something that you can relate to or not?
This is what most people don't understand. You need to get to that level. I'm speaking about mind-muscle connection. It's hard to explain, but it's if you're reaching that level, so you kind of give with your brain cells like impulses to the muscle. If you work out, you feel it and you understand, okay, that's what I need to do, So it's not just getting the pump, it's feeling the pump.
Being sensitive
Yes,
to oneself.
yes. So when I started, I didn't understand what's going on, So like I would just do exercise, work hard, but I had no feeling like it needs to be, right? So it needs to be mindful, yes. So this is what we call, like I said, mind-muscle connection. So it needs to be connected. You're telling yourself and feeling it, right? So, and if you reach that level, so it gets easier and faster, So you understand and you feel the development, you feel the changes in your body, and like I said, it takes some time, but you get there. In bodybuilding, this is a very important thing, So you cannot just do something in the gym. You need to feel it, right? So you're developing that, like you said,
Mindfulness,
yeah, so it takes you a long time.
It's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey. So some of the athletes get there faster than the others. You mostly see it if a guy who's young, he's competing already, and then like another year, he changed a lot. So this is where it comes from. So he figured that out. Working out, it's not enough. So you need to feel that workout.
So you build the body as much as you build the character.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. So without it, you will be like another people in the gym, just doing something. That's like, I would say 80% in the gym, just going to the gym just to, be active. There's no involvement from whole body, so it's like maybe just physical, but not mental.
Yeah. Yeah, I can totally understand that because I mean, I, like many people, we work a 9-to-5 job and we just try to, get those steps in or something like that.
Right.
But like going to the gym every day, looking at yourself, evaluating yourself, constantly working on your body, on how it looks and on the mental aspect as well. I can't imagine how much of work that is, and it's a different level. I mean, I always have so much respect for those because it's a really full-time job and it's so difficult in my opinion, because at the same time you have to like control yourself really majorly. But at the same time, you really have to be patient. And I think with those people, I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong, but people who are involved in sports, maybe a patience is sometimes something you have to learn, especially like you're saying that you want everything and fast, especially when you're young.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So
patience is everything too, yes. Yeah, like you said, if you're young, you want it quick and fast. But it's not like that, so it doesn't work like that. And especially bodybuilding. So compared to other sports, you're building your body. That's
literally
what it's called, bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So you're building your body. You're building muscle mass. Trying to gain it. Basically, you can maximally gain maybe 3 to 5, but sometimes if you're already in that level, 3 to 5 kilograms a year on pure muscle. Everyone who is gaining fast, it's just water and fat, so it's not clean muscle.
Well, that's why it's bodybuilding and not body built.
Yes,
it's
bodybuilding. Yes, that's it's a long process, very long process.
If you deal with the ego, how do you deal with the ego? Is there the ego aspect?
I think also without the ego, you will not, first of all, enjoy it. Second of all, going that far. It's a fight as well, so, but the ego should not cross the border, so where you just start thinking, I'm the best, and then the people around it see that, so, and feel it. I would say it's not right. So the ego should just involve yourself, how far you want to go, and come. But it's also a point which is important.
Have you enjoyed yourself more as you were doing bodybuilding, your looks, or at some point did you like just stop paying attention to it, or how do you value your looks if you do? What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, when I was competing and preparing for the show every year or twice a year, of course the looks is the most important thing. That's why in bodybuilding the heavy weight training is not that important, and figuring out your working weight, so like the weight you work with. As example, I could squat maybe 300 kilograms, right? But I will only work with 180, 200 kilograms. So squatting like 180, 200 kilograms, and that would be enough. So the muscle would react perfectly, and there would be no damage to the spine or anything else. In weightlifting, you use your body, whole body, to move the weight, lift it, push it, move it. In bodybuilding, you isolate the muscle group you work on, right? So like, for example, the chest, if you work out your chest, you move the weight only with your chest,
just do the
not
chest,
with the tricep or shoulders, right? So isolation in bodybuilding is most important thing. So that's why you cannot use as much weight as you want to. I mean, because the heavier it gets, the more disconnection happens in the
Yeah.
muscle.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're trying, if it's too heavy, you're trying to include
Other
all the
muscles,
other
yeah.
muscle, other parts,
Which are not
just to push it, right, or pull it.
Yeah.
You know, so in bodybuilding is isolation very important. The less other muscle are involved, the better it is. You know.
That's why you have that definition.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
That's what
yeah.
gives the definition.
That's where the quality, what we call it quality in the muscle, comes from, right? So if you figure it out how to train properly and have that mind-muscle connection, that's and plus hard work. That's where the definition and the quality comes from.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, one last question on sports. What's the importance of stretching?
Well, stretching is very important. I will do that on separate days when I will train because you're already damaging your muscle a little
Enough,
bit.
yeah.
During the training. If you start stretching afterwards, it's extra pressure on it. So something can happen, you know. So the injury, slight, heavy. It doesn't matter, but it can happen. If the muscle is full of blood, you know, from the workout, it's already under pressure. And then if you start stretching it, it's even more pressure put on it, and it's very dangerous. So if you're not training, muscle is relaxed, that's a better thing to do, you know, stretch it in between, you know, like on the days you don't work out.
How many times a week do you stretch?
Right now, probably
None.
none.
Well, you used to.
I used to, yeah. So
Like
twice a week, twice a week.
Thanks for that. Section number 1 done. Let's go ahead to section number 2. You have lived in different countries. You moved from Germany to States to Russia. Please tell us about the Russia era of your life right now.
Russian era, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was born in the Soviet Union. Back in the days, it was Kyrgyz Republic, right? So now it's Kyrgyzstan. At the age of 10, we moved to Siberia, so near the city Kemerovo, right?
Wow.
So, and then when I was 13, we moved with my parents to Germany. A year later, we came back because my dad is Russian, so he had difficulties to
imagine,
live
yeah.
in another country. You
And
know,
in Germany
so,
as well, probably.
yes,
yeah.
so that was hard for him. So we came back. Half a year later, we moved back to Germany, right? So a few months later, my dad moved back to Russia again by himself, you know. So and then I think he figured out it's better to stay with the family. So he came back, and since then, you know, he, you know, kind of adapted to that system in Germany. So. In Germany, I went to school, finished the school, started like working normal job as a painter. And,
Wow,
yeah,
you paint.
yeah. I would replace glass, like you know, mostly worked in the schools, you know, because in the schools, you know, they throw the rocks in the windows, you know. So I would replace that. So that was my job, and started bodybuilding. Then after I won the world championships, I got an offer from an American company. So I signed that contract and stayed another couple of years in Germany, and then signed with another company, one of the biggest at the time in US. And because of that, I moved to US in 2010. I lived there for 15 years. Now I'm back to my homeland.
Welcome back.
Thank you. But I would say that's a different country than in the 90s, of course.
I can imagine.
Yes, yes. But I love it.
It's good that you do because, yeah, I think everybody's really happy to have such a mentor come back because everybody has access to you. You do seminars, right? You do like a whole community meetings and everything like that. So you lived in different places, and your dad, you're saying, had difficulties adapting to Germany. What's the differences that you have adapted to and not adapted to while being in Russia for all this time?
Well, a lot of things are different. You know, well, was not used to. Easy to adapt was to the service, right? So the service here in restaurant, everywhere, or how easy it is to manage everything from buying food, ordering food, getting a taxi cab, or do money transfers just with your phone. You know, so that system is nowhere else in the world. So this is an amazing thing, you know. So I love it. It's so easy, you know. How to adapt to is, man, I don't have any like exact thing, you know. I would like, you know, maybe the weather in Moscow. That's the only thing, you know.
Well, we all get
But
that.
in overall, it's been great. Maybe, but it's a common thing around the world, in Germany or US, working on the paperwork, you know, like going to
Yes, we'll come to
like
that in a second.
immigration office stuff. You know, you need to spend there the whole day. You know, so things like that. It's not fun, but it's everywhere the same. You know, you have to bring time with you. You know, it takes time. You know, that's it's normal, but I will not take it as a like a problem. You know, because
Just as a chore.
yes, yeah. So because everywhere is, you know, bureaucracy. It's everywhere.
So tell us about the therapy process. How did you get that? How was it for you? You're saying bureaucracy. Anything else? You know, anything special for our viewers to know, because a lot of them might be going through the same thing. Any advice you might give?
I've been coming to Russia since 2023 more often than before. So last time I was here in 2018, and then after a 5 years break, I was visiting Russia more often, and that's how I, you know, kind of fell in love again. So that's where I decided to move to Russia, right? So, but I didn't know that even if you have a visa, of course, you only can, you know, came into the country with a visa. You need to register.
Yeah, you need to register. You need to register within 7 working days of coming to Russia.
Exactly. Yes. So I didn't know that. So, of course, if you come to Russia and you know, live in the hotel, they do it in the hotel for you, right? So, but if you rent a R&B, right? So an apartment, you have to do it yourself, you know. So I had no idea. So, and the problem was when I was traveling back, you know. So I had to stay in Sochi for 1 day, and I booked a hotel room. So and they said they couldn't let me in, you know. They couldn't check me in because I was not registered, right? So that was an issue, right? So and I was scared, you know, some problems probably the immigration when I leave the country, but nothing happened. But as I know, there's a fine for that if you don't register, right? So that's the first thing you have to do when you come to Russia. This is not written somewhere or anywhere when you apply for a visa or get the visa. Person with, you know, like just who wants just to visit Russia, there's no information about that, so they have to do that. So yeah, that's the thing.
That's why legal services are very useful.
Yes, so you need to get more information as you think sometimes, you know. So because in other countries you get the visa, you get in, get out, you know. So that's what I thought first, you know. You have the visa, right? So you're legally here, but it's not like that.
We have a dedicated migration channel. It's called Live Do Business in Russia. You should subscribe because these things are really, we kind of go through them, and most likely you get the answers to your questions. As well as that, we have a dedicated chat where you can actually ask a question, and one of our members of the team will get back to you. So useful stuff. Yeah, with the developing technology and as you said, access to information, I think that's the project, the projects that we do and everybody else does. I think that's really something. So in regards to migration, this is also, you know, like with bodybuilding, you can live stream. With migration, you can go to Braden Consulting channel and do that. Yeah. So, last question: what do you see your future in Russia like? And I know that from my experience talking with people who have moved here, Russia doesn't click with everyone. So it has to take like a specific character, a specific liking towards the country, like Russia specifically, that really It has to just like, it has to work with you. So why do you think people fall in love with Russia, or the opposite?
I would say the honesty.
The honesty.
Honesty, because compared to other countries, like especially America, people will not just laugh at you, like because they don't know you, So, but if you get involved, you talk to the people, then like it's so comfortable to get involved in small talks and all that. And after a few minutes, of course, they start laughing and smiling. That's normal, because I understand that. Why should you laugh like and smile if you don't know the person, right? So that in the beginning of, I would say more for like other people who are not like me, Russians or half Russians, they will not understand it, but it's a part of it. And I don't see it like as a big problem, So I would say it's even more normal than just like in America, they will say, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah.
Right. So, and then if you're not American, you will start like, or trying to start answering that.
How are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. And he's already gone. But this is normal for them, just "Hi, how are you?" That's like greeting thing. I fell in love in Russia is
sincerity.
Yes, and also everything is more where's the soul involved. Russian soul, right? So that's you start feeling it when you're start communicating with people. Like for example, I went to where people sing karaoke, right? So, and you feel like how deep it is, right? So, I mean, the Russians, they are more honest in all what they do, right? And also there's no stop, right? So if they party, they party, right? So if they mad, they mad. There were people partying and singing, and there was a lady who she was singing. Her soul was involved in it, So you will feel it, right? So more heart is involved when Russians do something, So that's the thing, and also the beauty of the like the cities, So the buildings, it's architecture, yeah, it's a completely different thing to to European architecture, because here in Russia they always think that's somewhere better, right, or more beautiful.
The grass is always greener.
Yeah, but it's not like that, So just start visiting some cities here, right? So like St. Petersburg, Moscow, Kazan. I think what people don't understand, visiting Russia is one thing, then hearing from it. So if you're dreaming about it or had a wish to visit Russia, you should do it. You will be surprised how beautiful and good it is.
Yeah. What are your projects? So those who want to visit Russia, where are they going to see you next year or before? Like, what are you going to do? What are your plans? What are maybe media, maybe business?
Yeah, of course, business is the most important thing for every man. So first of all, I would love to start a family. I'm 46 years old, but I have no kids, my own kids, so that will be biggest dream for me, to start a real family. And business-wise, with my name, which is helping me a lot, so I will soon drop my supplement line here in Russia. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do some merchandise as well, and the biggest plans are to open a gym here in Moscow. So that's been a long time dream of mine, and as a former professional bodybuilder and coach right now, what can be better than a gym?
No, I don't think anything can be. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for being here. It was amazing to
It was
have
my
been
pleasure.
listening to your answers. Stay put for more videos. We have amazing people coming in, so we really hope you enjoy and looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.